the Stichosaurus here, and it is a beautiful, rainy early morning. I hope you can hear me. The rain is very loud as it is pouring, and I don't have any other place to do this, so I'm sure you'll get the gist of it. If you've seen one, you know how this starts. But today we are going to start work on this Liveman Yellow. So this printed, the back printed beautifully. Back A+, big agree. The front, there's a problem. Put that down so I don't drop it. I had a big layer shift here at the bottom, and I don't know what to do with it. It's pretty solid. I tried to see if I could just like pull it apart. Just won't. It's pretty bonded together, which is good. I mean, that's what you want, but I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if I want to put epoxy sculpt and try to sand it down, put spot putty, try to sand it down. Don't know. It'd be alright if it was just like kind of like flat areas. But there's a lot of designs in this. There's the side designs. I'm sure you probably can't see it, but if you've seen this helmet anywhere, you know what I'm talking about. And then there's fangs here. So I don't know what to do. I mean, we're going to cut out the visor. And I'm probably going to cut from the side of the fangs down and just have this section. So that won't be a problem. I just don't know what to do. I guess I could cut it or weld it back together, right? But I'm not even sure if I cut it. I keep hoping it's just going to like snap apart, but it might. I don't know. I'm going to think about it. You'll either see the end of what I decide or me doing something crazy. So let's get to it. Okay, as you saw, I got this cut. I think it worked out pretty well. You just used a little saw blade and did it. What we're worried about is getting this front nice and lined up. And we'll tack it in the back. And then if we have to fix anything on the sides, we can do that, and it shouldn't be a problem. As you can see, the detail lines up a lot better. We might have to fill over here. And we'll have to fill all this in, I'm sure. But it's going to look a lot better. So I'm going to tack this, or weld this together. I'm just going to tack it. And then we will maybe cut the visor out before I get all carried away in case it falls apart. So that's probably going to be next. Okay, I think it turned out real nice. I mean, I know you see the cut here, but there's no lip anymore. Again, we'll sand this, fill it, won't be a problem. I think we might have to put a little bit of filler here, like I said. We can build that up with some epoxy sculpt, easy peasy. But like I said, we're gonna cut the visor out first, and I'm probably gonna go from like here and here and not mess with the fangs, and I think it'll be fine. Yeah, this is looking a lot better, for sure, for sure. Okay, got that cut out. I think it's even enough. Got a nice template here. I didn't cut out this little notch. I just paint that from painting the other stuff. Didn't fall apart, so that's a plus. Probably epoxy sculpt this edge so we can fill in these layer line holes. I saw someone tell someone to put a visor in and then Bondo quotes around it to make it look flush. That's an idea. It's something. I'm not sure how you do that. I mean, obviously you cover the visor up and then just like tape and glue it in and then do it. I don't know. I'll think on that. But next we're gonna just fill in the holes and get it ready to start sanding, and then we'll sand it. Okay, we are gonna start sanding this. Hopefully this turns out okay. I know this looks rough, but I think it should be all right once we get it, roughed down and everything. And I filled this out a little bit. Yeah, this was a unique case. I usually don't do that very often, so should be fun. And then hopefully the visor is gonna look okay like this, but we will see. But I'm gonna start with 100 to knock this all down, especially some of this epoxy putty. Epoxy sculpt, what are you gonna call it? Sometimes it takes a little bit to get it down, but here we go. Okay, we got it rough sand on that. Probably should put some glazing putty on the back. So like when you print with no supports, it's usually not a problem because it usually domes up, and then you'll get the rings, but that's kind of no matter what you do. You can make your layer height smaller, but it's just the nature of it. But when they're more flat like this, they get really rough. This one isn't terrible, but like I have a gal red in the back of it. It was pretty flat in the bottom, and it just did not print well. And plus, like the sides were raised, so it had to print like the middle back part first, so it was just a mess. But in that instance, you get a lot of layer lines up top, and I should have did that with the back. And I will eventually. We might prime it first just to make sure it's super necessary. But this is looking better. It's hard to see with out primer on it. Actually, hold on one second. We'll just do this line here and see what it looks like. Okay, see? Should be all right. We'll have to fill a little more for sure, but we didn't lose the fangs. That was more important, and we kind of kept the shape here. Again, that was just a quick sand, and we'll prime it and fill what we need to fill for sure. But I think that's a pretty convincing fix. So I really don't have a lot of primer left. I don't have enough left to do this whole helmet, so I might have to sit for a day or two till I get primer, but we're gonna prime it next. Okay, I actually ran and got filler primer. So we are going to put a coat on this, let it dry. We'll definitely have to fill that line in the front a little bit more. It's looking good. And I'm sure we're gonna do something before we cut the visor. But we'll see. There's gonna be a lot we're gonna do. Okay, doesn't look bad. There's some spot here. I did notice that we have some support still, so we'll have to get that off there. And, we'll sand it, and then we'll fill what looks nasty. The top's gonna need a little more. I'm sure in here's gonna need some. We'll figure it out. we'll figure it out. But we're gonna let this dry and then we'll sand it again and fill it again. Okay, gonna get Live Yellow sanded here again with some 220. Hopefully we can make sure we can't see that line where we rejoined it. I kind of forget where it is. It's been a couple months. Has it been a couple months? It's definitely been a while. I'm not sure, but we're gonna sand and see what we're working with. I hope that wasn't blurry the whole time. That would be disappointing. I think we sanded as best we could. I want to hand sand around the front fangs just a little bit more. But I'm going to do that and then we'll hit it with some primer. And I think we should be getting pretty close. We'll probably have to sand the primer again. But that's a lot less work, so not a big deal. Not a big deal. Got three helmets left to sand today. I'm beat, but we're gonna get through it while it's nice and cool. So let's get some primer on. I'm gonna put some primer on this. Did a little bit of hand sanding. I don't know if it made it better, but I think after we prime it, we might have to figure out how to take care of some of this stuff here because it's kind of ugly. But let's see what else we're gonna fill first. Something about this helmet my camera doesn't want to focus on. I don't know. I apologize. But I think it looks good. I think one more time. I don't think we really have to fill anything. I mean, I'll take a double look once it's dry. I think we just go over this primer with some 220. Prime again, then we can wet sand it. I think it's going to be real nice. So, and you can't see the line where we fixed it. I think it looks pretty good. I really do. Our visor's probably going to end up looking weird, but we'll figure it out. No big deal. So, stay tuned. Okay, we're going to just go over this little places we touched up here. Some 220 and the whole thing in the back. Prime it again. And we should be ready to wet sand, I think. I'm still a little worried that the visor's not going to look good, but I don't know how to do it without screwing up the teeth. So it's kind of best I could come up with. I learned from my Q Ranger Purple that it might look a little off. So, or I could try, getting the whole thing and just cutting the visor out around the teeth. That's a possibility. Huh. Let me think about it while we're sanding, and that's an idea. We'll see. Okay, I think she's looking good. I think we're definitely gonna try that with the visor. Excuse me, cut out around the teeth. It should be pretty simple. After we wet sand it, I'll try to make a template maybe so I don't screw up the paint, but that's the plan, and I think it's gonna go well. Okay, finally found some yellow. Gonna get this painted here. My sander broke this morning in the middle of sanding something, so I guess it's a painting day. I don't have much to paint, so I'm kind of bummed. Probably gonna run the lows here. I know you don't care, but I'm gonna get a sander with like a vacuum or a collector in it, so everything's not as dusty. Maybe it's a good thing. I've been talking about getting one for like 2 weeks now, so I guess this is a sign. But gotta get this painted yellow. I hate painting yellow. It takes a couple coats. Though I did a samurai yellow earlier this week, and it turned out pretty well. So hopefully we can keep that up. Okay, that was 4 coats. I just feel like it wasn't getting in some places where it has weird angles. But we're gonna let this dry for a good while, especially with 4 coats. But I think it's looking good. I think we can pull the visor off correctly, and I think we're gonna be good to go. I realize looking at it now, I didn't cut it very evenly, so I think our alternative of trying to do the whole thing and just cutting out the teeth is probably gonna be the best. But we'll see. All right, we're gonna put the silver on this. I didn't have to mask the visor, but I don't know. I just think it'd be easier to paint and put the visor on if I can distinguish where the actual fangs are. So that's why I did that. Not necessary. I hope I got everything maxed well enough. I never noticed like the silver line along the side, but I looked at a bunch of reference and it's there. So hopefully we can get that, and hopefully we don't get any overspray, because yellow is a pain to cover up. So here we go. All right, we're gonna let that dry. I think next we're going to maybe try to make the visor. I don't want to mess around if I have to put. I did make tape template already actually, but I don't want to put acrylic down and then scraping it trying to get the visor. See if I can get it to fit. So maybe we'll do that. Then the detail lines, and then we'll paint the visor. Just a quick coat of black. We'll see how it looks, but I think we're going to put black under it so it doesn't shine through. It's just the smart thing to do. So that's what we're going to do. But we'll let this dry and I'll get the masking off. So I think that should be all the actual painting we need to do. So okay, we got the masking off. A little bit of issue up here. We'll have to fix that. We might be able just to lightly wet sand there, get that off. We'll worry about that. And, I'll have to look. Maybe the detail line's covered up. But we're going to get the visor at least kind of working on now. Because if I put acrylic on this, I put tape over it, would just ripped it off. So I made a template. I just put tape across here, made sure I go around the fangs. Slowly peeled it off, tried to keep it together best I could. Put it on some paper, cut it out, and it seems like it's gonna work. Hopefully. We can always trim it and stuff. So we get the basic shape. Seems maybe a little too big, I don't know. It was kind of hard to do the template for around here because there's nothing there, so it's hard to get the curve. So we'll see. I think at least if we get this cut out, it'll be something we could work with. But I'm just gonna cut this out real quick, and then we'll see if it fits. Okay, that was tedious. When I did my old one, I masked off. Well, I did a coat of black, masked it off, and then did the yellow. And you'll see, it's just way too thick. Maybe if I used like my thin line tape, but I didn't have this at the time, this would probably be all right. But I know it doesn't look good with the black like this, but we're gonna do a couple coats. And I'm gonna fill in the silver here with just a paint marker. Should be fine. The visor should be okay. I have some contact cement coming, which hopefully might work. I don't know. If not, we might have to super glue it on the sides, but it should be fine. You know, we'll mess with it a little bit. It won't be perfect, but I think it's gonna look acceptable. We'll have to fill in any black we see or yellow we see, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool. It looks really good in the thing. So that's the plan. I got paint all over that now, so that's great. Smart. I did a smart thing there. But I'm gonna let this dry. I won't get to it till next week. But that should be all right. That'll give the silver time to cure, and we will get another coat in the black. Maybe I'll do it during the week. Not sure. We should be ready to top coat. Okay, we're gonna put the clear on this. I got it more black on it. It's not quite perfect, but I think it'll be fine once we get the visor on it. You should be able to see anything. I touched up some silver places a little bit. We'll put the clear on it. Hopefully it looks okay. Then we will. I'm hoping the visor works out. It might be a little weird, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I have it cut out and tried it, and you know, saw it looked okay. So that's the game plan. Here we go. Okay, that's 3 coats. Looks good. I, knock on wood, don't see any runs right now, so hopefully it stays that way. But next we will let this dry and move on to this wild visor. Okay, clear's done. I think it's looking good. Now the visor. So we have this, and I'm just trying to decide how to attach it. It's not going to be perfect. The fangs aren't as pronounced as I was hoping they were, so they kind of like, you know, blend in there, but I think maybe once we get it glued down, it might look a little better, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to use hot glue, super glue. I hope I have plastic on this still, because it looks nasty. Or I got some contact cement. I don't know. I think we might be able to get away with some hot glue, but I don't know if it's going to look weird. And I'm afraid if we use super glue, we're going to get like some discoloration, so I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, I don't know. Let me think about it here, and then we will let you just see me go ahead and do it. So, stand by. All right, I just found the silver glue. I figured since this is going to be against something dark, you shouldn't be able to see anything. I think it turned out all right. Had a little bit of the glue seep over here. I'll be able to clean it up once it dries a little bit. But I think we're gonna move on to magnets and elastic here. Let me get the back on so you can see. Maybe. Sorry, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm a little not quite with it yet, but yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. So I'll move on to the elastic here and the magnets. I probably have to make magnets, sadly. I hope I have magnets. I don't have a lot of magnets. I'm gonna finish 3 helmets today, and I might just have enough. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what's next. Okay, we got the magnets in, we got the elastic. Did notice that the visor is kind of bulged out here, which kind of sucks, but I don't think there's any way around it. I mean, it's kind of too late now. I'm kind of committed, so I mean, that kind of sucks, but it looks all right. Normal side up, I guess. Yeah. Kind of bummed I found that, but anyway, we'll let this glue cure. And then I might add some foam. I'm not sure. I could let it the hot glue set before I put it in my hair. And then I might put some foam in it, but you know, that doesn't matter. Then we will move on to the all spin around. All right, that is Liveman Yellow. Oh boy, finished. I love how this turned out. Other than this little bit with the visor that I'm not super stoked about, but from straight on you can't tell. We did a good job of fixing that layer shift. If I didn't tell you and you didn't see the video, you probably wouldn't know, to be honest. And this is replacing, sorry, glue on it or something, my old one. Now, are you ready for this? I told you it's bad. I told you it's bad. I'm warning you because it's embarrassing. But I'm going to show you because, well, you need to show where you were to understand where you're at. So this 3D Command Center model, beautiful, beautiful. He just finished green and black. This week I'm shooting the end of this. Yeah, I know my previous ones, I said, I can't wait, I wish you would. And, well, you know, I guess you get what you ask for sometimes. So I'm going to have to buy those and get those 2 made. So we'll have the whole team. But this was a peppercorn conversion, of course. And, well, grab it here. Oh boy. This is what it was. So I had some issues with the paint lift in the front. The visor isn't bad. I'll give it that. I hand crafted the teeth. Real thick masking tape I used for the black line, so it looks terrible. There's no details on the back. Yeah, pretty rough. Pretty rough. So, I made this probably about 3 years ago. I was kind of really happy with it, honestly. I mean, kind of, aside from the paint on the very front there. But I did try wet sanding it down, painting it again, but sometimes you just can't fix things when you didn't even try in the first place, I guess. So, this is going away. Bye-bye. Farewell. No one cares anymore. And we're replacing with this beautiful thing. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. We're really killing it with all the subscribers and fans. And I just love talking to all you. A bunch of people talk on Instagram about helmets all the time and show me their work. And it's kind of my favorite part. So, keep doing what you're doing. I have a TikTok now. So, if you want to check out little guessing videos I've been doing, seem to be kind of, people been enjoying them. So, just show you a helmet that's printing and you guess what it is. If you guess right, I'll reply to your comment in the next video. You know, no pressure or anything. It's just for fun. And you get the little sneak peek of what eventually is coming. So that's always fun as well. But, so I have a TikTok, it's at Stickosaurus. Same as Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course. I mean, you're already here. But, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's something you want to see, let me know. I am honestly working on 95% of all suggestions I get. So if you suggested me anything in the last year, I'm working on it, or it's coming, or it's already done. So, hey, you probably already saw it, but bear with me. They all take a time, and I got so many going on at once. It's a little overwhelming, but thanks for watching, and have a great day.